In this video, I'm going to give you the tips on the controller so you can play Ghost of Tsushima like a boss. Subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you get tips and tricks for Ghost of Tsushima. The most important control that you're going to have on Ghost of Tsushima is your block parry key, right? And that's your L1 on your controller, right? So you hold L1 to block and release L1 to parry. And that is the key that you want to spam. What you do not want to spam is the quick attack, your square key. So the more you hit the quick attack, you're not going to get in any more blows. So only use that once when you are ready to strike. The dodge key is probably, the circle is probably the most important key after the L1 parry. The roll key is double clicking the dodge key. So don't spam the dodge key the way you're spamming L1, because L1 you're blocking, when you release it's parrying. And then you have the jump key that could also be a defensive move, and that's the X key. So the heavy attack is your triangle key. So square, fast attack, triangle, heavy attack. And then if we move on, while you're fighting, you restore health with the D down or down arrow on the left side. But you need charges for that, so you may not be able to do that. To get more charges, you want to initiate standoffs and fight with a single player by hitting the up D key. If you want to initiate stealth mode, press crouch R3. So the right joystick you press down. Now to loot you hit R2. That's also how you get on and off the horse. So Ghost of Tsushima does not, in their guide, does not tell you how to get on and off the horse. It's the R2. And then to call your horse is the left D key. So on the left side, the left arrow will call your horse. And then if you want to run or gallop, it's an open world, you want to get around fast, press down the L3 key, that's the left joystick. You press it. And then to move the camera, you adjust the camera with your right stick, and you're going to move with your left stick. So those, I think, are pretty standard for most games. But the getting off the horse R2 is not. And then if you want to focus your hearing, press the keypad, so the middle pad. And then if you want to get the guiding wind, which will tell you where to go on your next quest objective, or to do gestures, swipe that pad. And then there's the kind of combinations, and then the menu. Menu is very important to bring up, for instance, change your armor in a fight, which you can do at any time. And that's another good way to give yourself a pause. And then quick fire your weapon. So if you have a weapon selected, your quick fire is R1. And then the bottom button R2, you hold to select a stance or weapon, and then you put stances in slots. Now, stances are very important. You want to select the right stance for the right opponent, and then you also will use the L2 and the slots to select range weapons. So I recommend putting the moon at the square slot for big foes. That's moon stance, and you'll get this as you progress in the game. The stone stance, the sword slot, so two swords crossing, is the X. The circle is the shields stance, and that's the water stance. And I recommend selecting the triangle for the spear stance. And thanks for IGN for this mnemonic device, so it's easier to know. But you need to select R2 and then the stance. And this is something you're doing within the fight, which you need to do fairly quickly. So you need to be very confident on where these buttons are. And then if you want to take a photo and change around the view, the photo mode is the D right. So that's kind of fun. And right above that is the share button if you want to take a video clip or something like that. And here's an advanced one, is the concentrate archery skill. It's kind of glitchy, but you need to have the concentrate archery skill. That you also need a bow for that. And so with that, it takes 3 different things. It takes selecting the bow, so you have to have that selected, and through the L2 process, and then you aim with L2, and then you concentrate hitting the R3 button. And if you release the L2 at the exact time you want to parry, and hit L1, so release L2, quickly hit L1, that will allow you to parry. And what that does is you take out the bow, that slows time, and then you'll be able to see when it's the perfect time to parry. And then once you get the perfect parry, then you can go in for the kill swipe with a quick attack. All right, so those are the basic controls and an advanced tip for Ghost of Tsushima. Subscribe. We're coming Ghost of Tsushima. We also do the Witcher 3 games on the Linus Wilson channel. Bye-bye.